We are back, and we're live, and we got back on the show all the way from London, United Kingdom, and he's fresh off a dominating knockout victory of Malik Scott. He called it right here, right on this show. He said 6-round knockout. That's exactly when it went down on the 20th of July in London. And without him back, I'll welcome back on ATG Radio. Top heavyweight contender, world title challenger, Dereck Chisora. Delboy, what's going on tonight, my man?
Nothing much, man. I'm in Ibiza, and I've been here for 4 or 5 days. I'm getting back today. I'm getting back to London. I announced my next fight tomorrow. I will have a press conference for it, and that's it.
You know where you're at right now. I read something. I think it was on Twitter, at Delboy Chisora on Twitter. I think you said you've seen Wladimir there. And
yeah, I saw Wladimir. We had a little bit of conversation in the club. It wasn't a great conversation. You know, I walked in because David Guetta was playing at this club. I walked in, and then he was sitting down, and he got up. I wasn't paying mind. He's only when I got to my table, and I looked back, he was behind me. So I went and shook his hand, and then we swapped words.
Anything business? Were you guys talking any business? Did you talk about the film?
I told him I'm coming for you. Tell him, get ready, boy.
Was his girlfriend, Anna, what's her name, Hayden Pianetary, was she there with him?
Nah, if she was there, I'd have probably taken her home.
I was just going to wonder, because I know she saw Delboy, she would have turned her tune. But I have to ask you this. Wladimir, and it's no secret, we've had Wladimir on the show before, and 9 times out of 10 times we call Wladimir, he's at the disco, as he likes to say. He's at the nightclub. Was Wladimir entertaining the ladies, or were they all with Delboy?
No, Wladimir don't entertain, man. He was entertaining some bunch of fellas. He ain't got game.
Delboy, let's talk about this. I spoke to you off the show a while ago. We were talking about you and Kubrat Pulev fighting for the EBU heavyweight title, European heavyweight title. We've since heard that Tony Thompson and Pulev have signed. You know, you said when you get back to London, you're going to announce your next fight. Is that completely off the table, you and Pulev?
Yeah, I think that's off the table. You know, I would like to fight Pulev. He's one tough bastard, that guy. But I don't wait to beat him. You know, he's arrogant. He's arrogant is the most dangerous thing about that guy, because he just takes a shot and he keeps coming. He's like me. Him and Thompson would be a great fight. Depends where they put it, either in the States or Germany.
Working with Frank Warren now to obviously come up with your replacement for that fight. You know, you got to get past September 21st. That's obviously your next date. This way you get to come out to, we got to talk about this after September 21st. What are some of the names that are potentially going to be facing you in September?
I ain't got a clue.
Anything? No David Price? Nobody threw any names, or you just can't say nothing? Or you really don't know?
I don't know. If I knew, I would tell you, but I don't know.
Now, Dereck, is it going to be like, here's the thing. We said this on the air. It was your performance, your physical shape, your fitness for the fight with Scott was one of the best that we've ever seen. You know, and when you come to fight, like you did against Malik Scott, much like you did against Robert Helenius, Malik Klitschko, it will be a tough night for your opponent to beat you. Do you hope that your opponent in September is going to be the type of guy that motivates you to be as fit as possible to fight?
Oh yeah, you know, I said it previously in my interviews. I said I'm going to dedicate the next 3 years to boxing, and that's what I'm doing. I want to be in shape every time I go for a fight. If I'm not in shape, I'll pull out. While we're trying to aim for the next fight, 16 stones. We're trying to hit at least like 16.7, 16.9. When I get back tomorrow, I start training straight away.
And with that being said, Tim Hodges, I know you had a question.
First off, I just wanted to congratulate you on your victory, Delboy. It was a great win. Frank was saying you're in the best shape of your career, and it showed. But I wanted to talk to you about, a mutual friend of ours and yours, Joe Hanks. He suffered a tough loss over the weekend, being stopped by another undefeated heavyweight prospect, Andy Ruiz. Now, with Joe taking his first loss, it's something he hasn't dealt with before. How do you think he'll bounce back from the defeat?
He has to be crude. You have to be. The most problem is with most fighters is when they get to 29-0, and then when they lose a fight, it's harder for them to come back because they don't have the emotions of coming back. The same as David Price. When he got knocked out, when he was knocking everybody out, everybody was just blowing smoke up his backside, and then he got knocked out. And they asked for a rematch straight away, and he got stopped again because he's not crude enough, he's not brutal enough. And I think Joe will come back if he just be ruthless.
Now, what do you think about this guy, Andy Ruiz, and his potential?
I'll be honest with you, I didn't even know this guy. How did he stop Joe? I didn't even watch the fight. Did he knock Joe out? Did he stop him with a body?
No, boy. He looks like your boy Chris Arreola, Mexican. He's not in the greatest shape. He's got he's got a very soft around the waist, and you wouldn't expect him to be a guy to fight the way he does. But the kid he's got extremely fast hand speed. And he's basically top-ranked only heavyweight. Top-ranked out here, they don't really deal with heavyweights too much, but they're pushing this guy real good. And, he went in there not looking in the best of shape, but his hand speed, and he developed some great power. He stopped Joe. He was a better man that night. It was a right. It was a quick straight right and a left hook. Knocked him out.
I think Joe didn't respect this guy. That was my point. I think when the fight was announced, he didn't respect this guy. It's always like people like him, like when they don't come in shape, but they always got a big advantage. That's his fast hand. Yeah, I think Joe will be all right, man. It's not the end of the world. Sometimes there has to be a winner. There has to be a winner and a loser. And he drew the short stick that night, so he'll come back.
Now, and one more quick question. You mentioned David Price. You mentioned him not being ruthless enough. What's his way back? Like, is he going to have to fight on a domestic level again for a while, possibly a prize fighter tournament?
No. Listen, man, I lost. How many fights have I lost? Come on, let's be honest here. How many fights have I lost? I lost 4 fights, and people ripped me off, told me I'm not coming back. You
didn't really lose those fights, You were very impressive.
A loss, guys. Let's be honest. I understand a loss is a loss. David Price is my man. He's my boy. He will come back. He has to come back. He has to come back. The thing with us fighters here, we only know one thing, and that's fighting. We don't know anything else. He has to come back. He has to come back. How is he going to feed his family?
I agree.
If he has to come back and knock somebody out, like who's nobody, he gets more confidence, and then afterwards he finds somebody else to fight. He gets more confidence, and then suddenly he's back on track. He'll be the best heavyweight you ever see David Price, I think, if he gets his act right.
And Doughboy, it's good to hear from Matt, because you know what? Here at the end of the day, I think you versus him, somewhere down the line, would be a big fight for the UK, and it's a fight that could actually.
Oh
happen.
Hello?
No, I'm here. I was cutting you off. I shut it down for a second. No, but that's what I'm saying. You versus him would be huge. It's a fight that can definitely happen. There's no match room involved in it. It's between your promoter and Frank Maloney, and he gets a couple wins. I think that would do big business. I think another name I would bring up too, and I hate to bring his name up, but he's on a severe losing streak, a very inconsistent fighter. But in many ways, he's very outspoken, has been very outspoken like you, and that's Audley Harrison. I noticed 2 weeks ago he called you out on Twitter. Would you ever entertain a fight with Audley?
Oh, my goodness. Listen, that guy, yeah, fair dues to Audley Harrison, man. He just wants to get money to support his wife's saloon. That's what he's trying to do right now. And he's not going to make money off me because I'm not going to give him a paycheck. That's it. I'm not going to give him a paycheck. I asked for a paycheck for me when I was coming up as a pro, and he said no. So I'm not going to give him one.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. That's the business you're in right now. You're giving these guys the paycheck. Rufus, step about. Rufus, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Rufus. I don't know if Rufus is still here. No, Rufus wanted to say hello. Rufus, you there? All right, Silvana.
Hello.
Silvana, you're always Doughboy.
Hi.
Silvana wanted to say hello to you, Doughboy.
Oh, hello. I
Hello.
was at the fight, and I got to pay my respect. I was in Team Scott, but you did a good show, though. You win fair, so respect to you. Hats up.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, very
Malik
much.
Scott was a tough guy to fight, though. He was a very tough guy to fight.
You see, Doughboy, you make believers of us all. Another thing I got to ask you now, the September 21st date being penciled in, does that cancel out your Vegas trip on September 14th for the Mayweather fight? I'm assuming.
Yeah, it did, but you know what? I'm just going to come to L.A. and then drive to Vegas for the see Vegas. That's it.
All right, you make sure, man.
100%. If I come to Vegas, you pick me up.
I thought 100%, man. I thought you were going to stay at my pad, too. My kids are waiting for you. I had to show my 3-year-old states of you. I said, yes, you're going to meet this guy soon. So we're waiting for that to happen. But
I can't wait, man. I can't wait.
Doughboy, listen, we're going to let you get back to your holiday. Enjoy yourself, man. When you get back to London, we're going to call you back on here and get you back on the show, man. Talk a little bit more stuff with you, if that's all right.
All right, then, cool. Anytime, man. Thanks a lot, man. God bless.
I appreciate it, brother. God bless you, Doughboy.
Bye. Oh, this David Guerra.
All right, there you have it. Dereck Chisora.